So is it inevitable that you'll be that little bit closer to one child or that they will understand you more? I was just thinking about this, Nadia, because they were saying that they're similar. But sometimes, you know, the kid that's similar to you is the one you can clash with.
Because you see yourself reflected back on the things that you don't...
like about yourself.
That you think you don't like about yourself, and then you feel responsible.
They know how to press your buttons, and you know how to press their buttons.
Exactly. Or they don't... Or you can get into a panic of not wanting them to do that thing that you've done, because you can see it exactly. But I liked what you said there about she unlocks my defence system. Because I think... I watched that with Maddie and Mark. Oh, it's just unbelievable the way she can do that. She can just get straight into the middle and turn the key, and she will do it straight to his face. She look at her. She tends with me to she will text me. She WhatsApps me with guidance on my life.
Interested in getting through your defence system.
She gets right. Well, it's like I always say, they know us better than anyone else. They see us in the very worst.
But is that because they're alike and you're not alike, or...?
I think they are very alike.
Right.
They are very alike. They have the same interests. They have the same passions. But also, she's very like me. But I think it's... Yeah, I think the thing is, I always say to them, I do have favourites, and it's just whoever's being the nicest to me on that day. And that is the truth. You know, if one's stomping up the stairs and doesn't really like me, growling at me, then I'm not going to like you as much as the one that's making me a nice cup of tea and telling me I'm wonderful.
Yeah, I mean...
It's just like any other relationship in life, right?
Thank you for your honesty, Nadia. That's really, really nice, really nice. What about you, Mariella?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think it's really difficult. I guess, you know, we're all individual personalities, aren't we? And I would be worried about making a TV show, actually, where I said that I was closer to one child than the other. Oh, here I am.
No, but he said she gets me more, doesn't she?
I think that my kids are very different, and our relationships are quite different. You know, Molly, my daughter, is very empathetic, but she also clashes with me much more. I think maybe there are some strong similarities. And also, I think, to your point about, you know, kind of feeling like you're trying to steer, particularly a girl, because that's my experience of being a woman, you know. So maybe I interfere more, or she feels I interfere more. Dan, my son, you know, he was kind of chill. You know, it took us ages, I know there's too much information, but it took us ages, ages to get pregnant with Molly. And then Dan just sort of slipped in after 5 months after she was born. And he's kind of came out very chill. I call him Miracle Child. My daughter calls him the Mistake. And he's just always been a lot more easygoing. But I think, actually, if I'm looking to have a deep conversation, or maybe if I'm looking for some sympathy or empathy, I'll go to my daughter rather than him. So I just think they're different people.
I suspect that's right, that, you know, with your children, you've got 3, Myleene.
Yes.
You kind of go to them for different things and they come to you for different things.
I mean, look, my kids are very different ages. You know, my youngest is 6 years old. So he's the only one that probably really likes me at the moment, because I've got 2 teenagers. But I think... it's a really interesting one, because my daughter, Ava, she's 18, and we're very, very close, and I've really almost gone out of my way to make sure she finds her own path, because the comparisons, we look so similar. Right. You know, we both, play the piano, and she's gone off to a conservatoire, and it's, you know, those comparisons, I didn't want her to then feel like in the shadow of what I do, but it's just sort of happened anyway. And I really miss her company. I miss, like, the conversations we have since she's gone to uni, and I just think it sort of just falls into place. You can't avoid it. No. Saying that, is it nature, is it nurture? Because Sim and my daughter Hero, they are so close that we were at the doctor's. You know, actually, it's happened a few times where, you know, they'll ask about, does your dad have asthma? And she'll just say yes. And then realise, actually, no, it's not a biological connection, but to her it just is.
I love that.
Yeah, when she was growing up, she'd just say, it's so funny that he's got blonde hair and none of us have got that gene.
Oh my God.
They are just, you know, they are...
Does that bring tears to his eyes when she
really,
says
well,
that?
he, for a long time, you know, before we realised we couldn't go in that route, but he tried to adopt my daughters because... He's
just dad. So, yeah.
Well, what about that favoritism that children show parents? Like, my kids...
Oh, gosh, yes.
My husband, he can't do anything wrong.
Yes.
They love
it's always the dad, because the dad doesn't
I'm
do
like the bad one.
Stuff.
You know, bad cop, definitely.
I know. So
I mean, forget choosing which child is good, but it's, you know, which parent.
I would like to be the favourite just once. Yeah, you're right.
I know, you're not allowed to be annoyed at Dad. Oh, don't be bad to Dad.
Yes.
Yeah.